Hey, you got Keith here with AL13. Today we're going to install plank horizontal and vertical. We'll start this now. When you're putting long links on, always start with one screw at the bottom and one screw at the other end, because what'll happen is if you try and go up the wall as you're screwing and you're not square against the wall, it'll end up bowing outwards. So always top and bottom and then infill the inside of that. So what we did here is, if you notice, we've gone every 24 inches with our screw pattern. We do this for pull-out value, and you can find all these bulletins on our website. They're technical data sheets. You can also go to your engineer, your local engineer, and find out if you need any tighter patterns based on high wind loads and those kind of things. You can also call your local AL13 technical rep, and we'll be able to help you wherever we can. Because we have a wood substrate, we're going to be using our 1.5 inch screw, which is our wood fastener. It has an EPDM washer on there, so it gets sucked back into the hole to create water tightness. These are ceramic coated, so they are great for dissimilar metals, pressure treated wood, all those kind of things. So make sure you order the AL13 specified 1.5 inch screws for wood substrates. We also have a 0.75 inch screw for metal substrates, and we also have a concrete screw for concrete substrates. Just while he's getting set up, we have AL13 gloves. They're amazing. They stop your hands from getting all cut up. Make sure you use them. They're in the install kit. One of the videos, you'll see what's in an install kit. Make sure you get the gloves. They're great. So now we're going to start doing our horizontals. So in the horizontal sections, we segment our back plates on this type of construction because we want water to egress. Our system is a pressure equalized rain screen tested system. We need to make sure that we're so many inches away from each other and so much gap between. So basically how it works is 20% of any horizontal sections can touch the wall only. 80% has to be free, and it has to be 10 mil away from the wall. We've pre-cut a bunch of these back plates, and this is where we introduce our new universal back plate. As you can see, we used to have two back plates. Now we have one back plate serving all purposes. Okay, so these have been cut to 3.25 inches. We've pre-drilled all the holes, so it's nice and easy. I always recommend doing that. That way you're not fumbling around trying to get a screw through the metal. We all know how hard that is. So we recommend pre-drill, just slightly bigger than the screw, so we get right into the substrate right away. Okay, so we're going to start installing these. Andre, let's do the bottom course first, sure. Okay? We've obviously pre-built this wall just to make this a little bit faster, and it's not that complicated. It took us a couple hours. What I would recommend always is using a laser level. These things come in so handy. You know, you could use a level as well if you like, but a laser level just makes things a lot easier. You don't have to chalk lines and everything. So we've put a Tyvek on here, but reversed it so everybody can see what we're doing. So always make sure that the ball on the top is right in the center. If it isn't, then you know that you're not level. These are usually like self-leveling, so it's usually pretty easy. Just always check and make sure, or else you won't end up with a straight line. Starting the system is key. If you're not starting off level, you're not going to end up being level on the wall. So we're going to measure 4 inches down, and that's where we've set everything up. So Andre's got it all ready to go. We're going to start doing that, and we'll just continue on. And then you just keep going down across the line wherever we're setting up our back plates. Now with our back plates, what we'd like to do is we like to stay away about 4-5 inches away from any other intersecting back plate. And the reason for that is it just makes it a little easier to put the top caps in properly, and you're not fighting against it. So Andre set them up so they're about almost 5 inches away from the ends, and then he'll go every 16 inches. These will be 16 inch on center, and then that way we know we have our proper rain screen spacing for this particular application. Another way of checking level when you're installing these back plates, what I like to do is I just like to do that, and then am I in the center there? So what we're doing right now is we're just kind of laying out the wall, and we're going to pretend that there's a door right here. We don't have a door obviously, but there's a door here in our minds, and Lucian's going to put door there. There's gonna be a door here, so we're gonna actually just grab a full back plate, just like we did on the other end. Always remember, horizontals get tucked into verticals. That allows for a nice clean installation so that when the horizontals are expanding and contracting, they're not coming away from the system. They're staying nice and tucked in, and it looks nice and clean. Everything looks perfect then. So what we did was we just trimmed that up from the bottom a little bit, which is fine because the perimeter cap can go past that and still not impede on our installation. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure from the top of here, and we're gonna measure to the line. We set this guy a little down from the top of that guy and a little up from the bottom, and that will allow us to just overextend our perimeter cap so that we get a nice, clean, perfect fit when we're ready to put our horizontals in. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure down. We're gonna start putting our segmented back plates on the bottom course to finish up what we started here, okay? Again, go one end and the other end and then infill the rest. You're not struggling to try and keep it level. If you start at the top and then quickly do the second screw at the bottom, make it level, and then just infill the screws in the middle, it makes installation a lot quicker and easier. And what bat framing does, it sets up the wall. Once you understand where we need to have our panel and plank and how everything looks, if we have to change things, we can change things now before we start cutting what's more expensive, which is the painted product, right? So now that we've done this bottom course, we're gonna now set up our center section, which will divide our plank product from our panel product. And we'll start from the left and go right, just as we started with the bottom. So Andre, let's start on this side and we'll just do the exact same thing. We'll just go around. It'll be a little bit easier now that we're off the ground. Being on the ground isn't the easiest, but we got it done and we're ready for the next stage. When it comes to a girt system or an exterior insulation application, you don't necessarily need to segment the back plates because usually the rain screen is typically behind the system. And that's in rain screen scenarios. Not everywhere in North America has that. The deserts, you know, you don't require it, so you can put full back plates across, maybe just leave a gap if there is no rain screen requirement. But where there is a rain screen, you'll have to do it this way. Okay, one more. So as you can see, we left it about 4 or 5 inches away from the intersecting edge. Now that we're done back framing the plank areas, which is we're gonna have plank here and plank here, we can now actually start installing. We're gonna start with horizontal planks in this section, and we're gonna start by putting a bottom course here, which is our flat cap perimeter or flat cap. In most scenarios, if you're using a flat cap and not the perimeter, most people will put a bug screen behind here first and then install these on top of that. And that's obviously for bugs so they don't come in and create nests. So there are different options of bug screens that you can purchase. Just go to your local building supplier and they'll be able to help you with those situations, okay? Now with the plank system, we have 2 different types of profiles. We have a 4-inch profile or a 6-inch profile. Okay, they work together. I've seen some projects where they stagger the different profiles and make it look really cool. Obviously, sometimes they're vertical, sometimes they're horizontal. We have beautiful colors. This particular color is light European cherry, very popular. We have cherry, maple, oak. We've got lots of colors. Anyways, just reach out to your local territory manager or building supply where we sell from, and they'll be able to help you with that. Or just go to AL13.com and you'll figure that out. One thing I wanted to mention, our profile is we call it an eased edge or a nickel slot. Instead of a V-groove, we have a bit of a gap there. So this is a nickel slot or an eased edge. Or a shadow line. It's a 3 mil gap basically, just so you know. More contemporary, it's really nice and it looks beautiful on the wall. Nice and crisp. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use our snap lock engagement device. So where you hammer, always hammer where you have a back plate. Do not hammer in the middle, doesn't make any sense. It's not gonna do anything. So always try and line up where you've got your back plates so it's a nice, clean hit inside, okay? And you'll see it'll engage pretty easily. This will not come out now. This is designed, engineered, tested for wind load purposes, and in high wind loads, it is meant to go in, stay in. The only way you're getting this out, just go to AL13.com and you'll figure that out. We'll show you how to remove damaged panels. You'll see how to cut these out, put a new one in after. Andre can now place this guy right inside the slot, put the first system clip in. We'll just center that on the wall. Now that we got the top cap in, we're finished on the bottom course, and we can just now start laying all the planks. These are tongue and groove, so you gotta lay one on top of another. You either start from the bottom if you're going horizontally. Always start with the groove down if you're starting on a horizontal wall with the tongue up. And that's designed for water to egress out and not get trapped in the groove. I'm doing 2 clips on this second one so that we have a nice stable edge, and then we can just start going up nice and easily from there. So you could either have the clips pre-put on these, or you can put them on after. It's entirely up to you. Now we're clipped in, and then the clips go on really nice when they're on the wall as well. Again, just go in like this, and bang, you're in. Nice and easy. We're going to show you what happens at the top. So at the top, you'll never end up with a full chorus. I'll show you in a minute. I won't ruin the suspense. And these are the 6-inch planks. So for every 12 feet length, which is how we sell them, you're putting up 6 square feet. For the 4-inch pieces, you're putting up 4 square feet per piece. Different look, different feel. So really just go onto our website and look at the gallery, and you'll be able to see all the different types. We also have a visualizer where you can take pictures, upload it, and then put our plank product or panel product in the picture for your own house, and you'll be able to see the colors in plank on there. So try that out. AL13.com, and you can see that. I believe it's under Inspiration tab, and you'll be able to get that. Okay, so now what I was talking about earlier. So you can see here, we don't have a full 6 inches here to this top edge. What Andre had to do was he had to pre-cut this piece on a table saw. So you need, again, a non-ferrous blade. He basically measured from here to the groove to the bottom edge here, and then he cut the tongue off, okay? So you have to cut the tongue off in order for this to work. With this top chorus, we don't want the top here to rattle because we don't have the lip. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a system clip from our panel system, which is the same. We're gonna be selling these with the plank system, and we're gonna just pop this guy on the end like that, and now we've got a resting point for the top piece, so it has a nice cushioned edge and it feels nice and tight at any given time. It's not gonna rattle, make noise in the wind, any of that kind of stuff, okay? You can see now once we cap everything in, you're gonna have a nice tight fit. Beautiful. In this case here, we have used a top cap, okay? And we used a top cap because we're gonna put a panel on the top here. We can't close this off with a perimeter, or else then we have to start with a new extrusion. But the beauty of AL13 is we can go panel to plank all day long and not have to flash in between it because we use the same components around both products. We call that system compatibility. It'll make everything a lot easier when you're on a wall using both our plank and panel system. So again, I'm just gonna snap it at each junction, not in the middle. Make sure you're in the groove or else it won't do anything. Now we can start a vertical installation. I always like to have the bottom course done first, this bottom piece on before I start vertical installation. So when I'm doing vertical installation, I want to make sure that I start the groove edge against the wall that I'm starting on so that the tongue is always on the outside edge accepting the next piece of plank. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put these clips on this way. Boom, one there. Put that at the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to put another one on here. We want to just get it on nice and level, and bang bang, nice and easy. I'm going to clip, and we're going to screw that guy in. Beautiful. I'm going to clip. Okay, so you see here we don't have a back plate, so we're going to have to just basically be a little careful here. Again, we're going to slide this guy in like we said before. Slide it along the bottom edge. We've got the same scenario here as we did over here. on our horizontal, okay? We have to trim this piece back. Remember, we have a door here, okay? We pretended there's a door. We don't have a door, but there's a door here. And now we have to take this clank and we're going to get it inside that edge. We've already put the clips on the back plate so that we have a nice, clean, nice, tight look, okay? And then you're all nice and tight here. The next thing we're gonna do, now that we've put all our vertical planks on, we're gonna put our horizontal on. The reason why we do that is we always want to install our horizontals before our verticals. Okay, so we're gonna quickly do that installation. Sure, we're inside all the grooves. Okay, Andre's gonna measure that, cut it. We're done the plank portion. So remember, this is supposed to be a door here, so we're putting a perimeter cap just in case there's a little bit of area where you might be able to see behind the system. One thing to keep in mind, this new backplate is meant to go in behind, and maybe if I have a little backplate, I'll show you real quick here. It's not meant for this leg to sit on top. It's meant for the leg to go on the side. So you see how the leg is on the outside of where our system clip goes onto typically. So keep that in mind when you're against a window or a door. Let's say this is the edge of our door. You do not want this to be tight against there. You need to leave a little gap, enough gap for this flange to stick in between the door. Technically, the gap is going to be a 2 mil gap. That isn't for every situation. Situation where you have to use backer rod and caulking, please reference your design by the architect or the engineer. Reference that first and then do your adjustment based on what kind of backer rod or caulking is required. So I always like to start the hammering in at the top, because now if you start at the bottom and then you end up here, you're not going to slide this. So let's start at the top where it's most crucial and make sure that we get it perfect. So now we're nice and level, and then he can continue down the wall. And there we go. Now we've completed our horizontal and our vertical plank installation. The only thing left is our outside corner, which we're gonna finish after we do the ACM panel. But for plank system, vertical and horizontal, that's all you gotta do.